Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I'm going to kit up my Oraloa painting. So I decided to go for this one. So I wanted to kit up an Oraloa painting because I haven't actually physically done one yet. It's not been chosen by my decision wheel. So I've decided that I want to try one myself, because I have done quite a few unboxings on them. They're absolutely gorgeous, but I want to actually place those diamonds. So I decided to go for this one because it's summer. So let's go for summery. I'm using this case. Primarily this has 50 colours and I don't have any 60 bottle cases left, so I'm going for my 70 bottle case. Between mine and the kids' kitted up paintings, I'm running out of cases. So I'm going to go for this 70 bottle case because at least it will keep everything together. So let's get all my bits out of the box. So we have stickers, fantastic, and we have the canvas. So this one is, what size is it? It does say on the, oh here we go, 40 by 50. So it's not too huge a painting to add to my collection of paintings on the go at the moment. But yeah, it'll be really nice to have one of them done. So I'm just going to find my scissors because they do give us the stickers together in one strip, but I don't want this 1, 2, 3, 4 down the side because I want to ensure that they're going to fit on my bottles. What I personally am interested in is the DMC numbers, and I've just cut that down the wrong side. The symbols and the DMC numbers is what I am interested in. So that's my first lot to put on. And then that lot, to be honest, I can just cut that way. So that can go in the bin. Let's move that out the way. And these are on here in DMC order. So you can see with that number cut off the ends, they fit nicely on top of my bottles, which is what I want. They are pre-cut otherwise, so I'm only cutting it down to shrink it down. And then I can always rearrange these afterwards if I need to. Though looking at this so far, we have numbers and then we're having letters in a letter order. I may want to do a reshuffle of some. I think I remember seeing letters further on, but maybe lowercase. I'm not sure. We'll have a look when we get to the next sticker sheet. We do have sort of symbols that I would class as arrows that I would potentially keep close. Oh yeah, see we have the letter V there after some symbols. So I will probably rearrange, but just a little bit. And then we have a lowercase letter A and a lowercase letter B. So I will want those near the letters because that's where I'll go looking for them. So I'll have a rearrange of these afterwards. For now, I'm going to keep them in DMC order because it's so much easier to kit up when they're in DMC order. I think that's why, especially with large paintings, I am very much drawn to these bottle cases because of the fact that I can move them about to where suits me. And I can shuffle them about and shuffle the symbols about and everything else. But yeah, I have a decision wheel now. So I have an app that I use, and it has lots of different decision wheels. So I often use them for deciding a painting that I'm going to work on. unless I have a reason to sort of sneak it in front. It's not always what somebody else would call a valid reason, but it's definitely one that I do. So I've actually sneaked in my last 3 paintings. I've sneaked them all into without using the precision wheel. So this one is because I haven't done an Oraloa yet, and I want to. My Diamond Art Club mystery painting was sneaked in because I wanted to at least be able to do, you know, the bulk of it without getting it spoilt. So without, you know, me seeing something. Oh, okay, we have got static in these. Without, you know, seeing the picture in the mystery group and having it spoilt. So the quicker I could get it done, the less likely I am to see a spoiler. And my Dreamer Designs painting, which at the time of filming this is still on the go, because I'm filming this during June Waffle. And I say at the time because by the time this goes up, I may or may not have finished my Dreamer's Designs. Who knows? Depends how much time I get to diamond paint. But yeah, I did that one because I wanted to do a Dreamer's Designs and I needed to do that canvas in the summer. It's one of their older canvases and it's not very good. A couple of the symbols are not very good with a light pad. Oh, okay, this could be fun. I've just realised that they only put the numbers 1 to 50 on the bags. So 46 is 321. So they are in order, but they don't put the DMC numbers on the bags, which is no good when I've just cut all the numbers off because I don't normally use them. So there you go. If you have an Oraloa, don't cut everything off too quickly or have your canvas for reference. I've got my canvas here, so it's not all doom and gloom. And the ABs are out of order because I always pull them out when I do an unboxing, because I like to find where all the ABs are when I unbox a kit. If it has ABs, I like to see where they all are because I love it when there's a good sprinkling of ABs. I find it's much nicer than a sharp amount of ABs. As far as I remember, I was impressed with the AB placement in this, though it was unboxed a while ago. So I can't tell you for sure. Oh, they were better. Those diamonds went in a lot easier. So 47, 819. And then we should be in order because, as I say, I don't pull out all the other colours. I may pull out the odd bag if there's loads of them, so I will have to keep my canvas and keep an eye. But they do them in order. So we've got 5 ABs in this one. And there is colours on the symbols, so I have always got that as a little reference. So number 45. Oh, hang on. Oh, this does have DMC numbers. They do now have DMC. It's the ABs that don't. Oh, well, that makes it easier. I've just noticed as I was looking at this label, this one does actually give the DMC number of 3853. Now we've got 3835. So we can roll the canvas up out the way again. There is a bit of static in some of these. So they are well, these are resin diamonds, which are the nicer diamonds of the two, but it does mean they are a little bit more prone to static. I'm not quite running to go and get my dryer sheets, which of course aren't in here. Maybe I should see if I could find a place to tuck my dryer sheets, because I forget to bring them in every single time I kit up. I forget to bring them in, and I never need them for anything else but kitting up. So maybe I should try and find a place to stash them in here. Are we going to get all that bag in? I think we are if they stop dancing. Last couple. There we go. We're in. 3809. I think we are going to get, we have got a bag there that is definitely a lot more than what will fit in the tub. So I'm going to need to get my stickers. Because I have all these bottles left, so there is no point in having the rest of the extra diamonds stored anywhere else if I can use those 20 bottles first. And that wasn't static, that was me getting impatient and bashing them all into the pot. And I'm kitting this one up, and then I'm going to go and diamond paint for the evening. However, I don't know which diamond painting my decision wheel will even pick. I have all three of them on it. If it picks my mystery painting, I do one section of my mystery painting, and then I spin it again and do whatever the next painting is. If it picks my Dreamer Designs or this Oraloa painting, whichever one it may pick, then I work on that one all evening. That's how I've decided to do it, because the mystery painting takes a bit more thought. It can be a little bit harder on the eyes because all the symbols black and white. But in turn, it's a little bit more exciting because you don't know what the picture's going to be. So I'm spreading that one out. And look, one stuck to my finger. It's good job you're bright pink. Right, where's my stickers? I do have these in here. So I'm going to grab a sheet from the front, which means it's blue. Grab a pen. And this one is 3805. Now, while I took this one from here, I'm going to swap it and I'm going to put it there. Because I'm working backwards with these numbers, any that I put into a tub will be in DMC order. If I start from the back, and then I will have a nice big gap. Hopefully, depending on how many diamonds I have in here, I will have a gap between my symbols and then my extra diamonds. Once these diamonds run out, I will just swap the tops of the two pots and then continue, of course, using the symbols and the pots as my main guide, because I don't tend to look at the legend on the canvas at all once I start diamond painting. I don't look at it at all much unless I need it for a reference of some sort. So for finding those ABs, I needed it. So now we've got peachy. That's what I need to do. That's something else that works, is cutting the corner off your bag to help with airflow. Can help reduce static in diamonds. It was a tip that somebody passed on. Dryer sheets can help to calm them down if they're really, really bad. In fact, it's the only thing that I've really found that works, unless you can afford a few £100 for a static gun, which you fire at it and make it stop that way. But if you can't afford a static gun, then cutting a hole in the opposite end of the bag, if you're not planning on keeping them anyway, it can help to reduce the static a bit, which can just make it easier to manage. Now, I could use a funnel with these before putting them in. However, I find they then stick to the funnel and I have to push them down. So it's easier to just dampen my finger and pick up the ones that move about. And I do find that they calm down over time. And I don't find that they cause me a problem when I'm actually doing the painting, which is why I'm not too fussed about, you know, nipping and getting my dryer sheets or deciding, oh, I have to get dryer sheets, they've got static. I do find they calm down enough to work with them and don't cause me huge problems. So plodding on through my 50. Looks like it's got, oh, all the black lines on this one aren't solid 310 diamonds. They're actually a mixture. So there is some 310, I think. Yeah, number 2's 310. So there is some 310 in the lines on this painting, but then they are surrounded by other colours. So it's like you get the 310, but then you get a bit of shading around it. So while a lot of these sections look blocky, I think there's going to be quite a bit of confetti in there as well that may help break up the block sections if you don't like blocks. I will show you what I mean. I've got one stubborn diamond. Dampen my finger and get that out. So just to show you what I mean, you've got your blockiness there, but you've actually got, number 2 is your black, but then you've actually got a few other symbols in there and a few other symbols around this little bit here. So there's enough sort of confetti hunting that you'll be doing to sort of break up what could potentially be a lot of blockiness. Quite excited to do this one. I'm always excited to do every painting I get up, but I'm excited to do this one too. I'm excited to do this decision wheel to decide what painting I work on. I really do like the idea. I say I've been doing it for a little bit with the mystery and the Dreamer's Designs, but it's only 2 paintings. I don't know, I feel like it's not as exciting as having 3. I'm not ready to have 4, but I do like the idea of having 3. And I've got quite a nice mix for this as well. I've got 1 round, 1 square. The mystery's a square. And the mystery, which, whether it be a square or a round, it's different. I think I'm going to continue this for a while this year as well. So I will get the decision wheel to choose future paintings to do. Because I will be doing a 92, let me get my words out, over 190 colour painting from Diamond Art Studio when they restock. I'm not sure which painting I'm going to do yet because they have 2, but I will be doing one or other of them. I think I'm going to need 2 bottles for this. So yeah, when they restock, I'll be doing one of those, and I think that will be like the mystery. I'll only do 1 section of that, and then if I've got more to do, I'll do 1 section and then I'll move on to spinning the wheel again and potentially doing a different painting. So it's nice to have a different painting that I can move to when they're restocked at the end of the summer. Okay, So 3609. 3609, as you can imagine. There is a lot of pink. So we'll pop that one in there. Looks like there's a lot of blue as well. Pink and blue, pretty colours. Last few being a pain. Got rid of some of the rubbish though, that's a piece of trash. 3371. Dark brown, that'll probably be some of the shading that will go around that black. I'm trying to see if the symbols, yeah, so the symbols do show some of this is around the black lines. But it'll sort of soften the black line rather than it being too harsh. Dull it down a little bit. I've got a big pile of rubbish over here, but I'll deal with that later. I do have the shop bin down by the side, so I'll just sort of sweep it all into there. There's always one at the moment that fishes its way out. Right, this one's also going to need more than one, because these are 18.88. I reckon that's the weight. So probably 18.88 grams. And anything over 10 grams at the moment we haven't really been able to fit into a pot. And looking at this, it might be anything over 9 we need to watch out for. Or maybe 9.5. 9.5, we sort of... Oh no, it's a bit over 9.5, isn't it, that we're getting into each one? No, a bit under 9.5. Oh. Maths. Maths does not work at this time of night for me. So 964. Bob that on as an extra. And then we get to 963. That one's low enough. Definitely got static in that one. The small bags seem to be the worst ones at the moment. Maybe it's just because the diamonds have got nothing better to do than to get static. They just don't have enough friends. That's what it is. There's not enough of them. They create a party. Come on. No. 3 of them stuck in there being stubborn. Well, we're halfway done at least. So 945, I reckon I'll need a second pot. So if I get it out straight up. Oh, there's me saying it's the ones with less diamonds. This one is jumping galore. So let's get out what we can into this one. And then the ones that are weighing down quite or behaving themselves into this one. And then cut off that end and see if it helps the last of them shift themselves. I like to flick the bag and move the bag around a lot when there's static, and sometimes the diamonds don't forgive me for it. So let's just get them out and then deal with them. I thought I could feel one on my skin. I can feel one on my skin. They get trapped between my fingers and go, oh yeah, I'm just going to sit here. I don't want to join the party with all the rest of them. And I tend to find the ones that I've dampened down with my finger are quite good at going in the pot. If you see any jump out, they tend to be the ones that are around the side of the pot that tend to jump out, not the ones that I've dampened. So I would expect if you don't have dryer paper, you could potentially wash the diamonds and they would calm down. However, washing 50 different colours and trying to leave them to dry without getting them all muddled up is not my idea of fun. Don't know about anybody else, but it's definitely not mine. So I'm just going to soldier on, because we all have those days when we just soldier on. We know there's a solution or a help. So if I got my dryer sheets, they would help a little bit, but to be honest, they would also probably take just as much time as this is doing. So if I find they're going to be a problem in the pots or tipping out, onto my tray, I tend to find they calm down over time, especially because I take the pots off my lids off my pots and leave the lid off while I'm diamond painting. I tend to find that the static does calm down over time. But if for any reason it doesn't, then I will grab a dryer sheet, cut it into little squares and just throw one in each pot and then give the pot a shake with the dryer sheet in. And sometimes I actually kit up by fighting like this. I just put a dryer sheet in each pot. Don't actually run a dryer sheet around the bag itself, because it's just that extra step that can make it take just that little bit longer. Right, 898. We are on the last 20. Last 20 different colours. We've got, oh, that's me making a mess. This is also one of the colours, so 898. This is also one of the colours that I have seen this symbol around the edges of the black. So it's like it makes the black go into a brown before it then goes into the colour. So this is one of the ones that I'll be getting a few out for my section each time. Trying to work out if I've got some bags with loads of more colours in. I think I have. But 823, dark blue. That'll probably be near some black as well. Come on. 806. Lots of different shades of blue. Not too bad on the static, this one, but let's get the airflow going. Try and make sure I don't squash the hole I've made too much. Work the diamonds down. Out of the bag. A couple are getting stuck on the lip of the Ziploc. Come on, last one. Don't sit there, join your buddies. Right, 794. Does anybody else talk to their diamonds while they're kitting up? Anybody else find they do that? No, just me? Maybe others are talking to family members or something while they're doing it. Whatever it may be. But anyway, to chat to you guys, how many paintings do you have kitted up at the moment? Let us know in the comments below how many you have kitted up. I know quite a few people have worked through some of their whips throughout the June waffle and have sort of cleared the decks. So let me know if you only have one because you've cleared the decks, or maybe let me know if you did clear the decks during June waffle, but then have used, the fact that you've cleared the decks means that you have now decided to kit up loads more for whatever reason. Maybe you just like a load kitted up at once. So maybe you cleared the decks in June, but then you like to have X amount kitted up at all times, so you've just kitted up different ones. And let me know your thought processes on different ones kitted up as well. Because my general rule for the past year, at least, has normally been, not including my Heaven and Earth design, because that's sort of an extra project, but my general rule for the past year is to have a large painting kitted up, a small painting, so 30 by 40 or less, kitted up, and then 1 or 2 paint gem mini sets has been my general rule. However, since I got the mystery painting, I've changed it up slightly because I didn't want to wait to kit up the mystery painting, but I did have a Dreamer's Designs already on the go, a large one already on the go. I just finished 2 30 by 40 paintings because I got excited about one that was gifted to me. So I'd kitted that up early and actually finished both of them. So yeah, normally I would have had 3 different types. Now I'm still going to have 1, 2 or 3 paint gem mini kits kitted up at a time because I have specific cases for those. So once I've de-kitted a paint gem mini set, I kit up another. And I say 1, 2 or 3 because sometimes I've actually done them all. And I'm waiting to do the de-kitting videos for all of them. Sometimes I've got one ready to de-kit, so I'm only working on the other one of them. But now I've decided that actually 3 large paintings is going to be my thing for a little bit. I don't know how long. But I feel like my stash of 30 by 40s is not out of control. I have quite a few nice ones, but I wouldn't say I have like 5 or 6 that I'm really itching to do. I don't have any that I'm like, that's going to push in front, that's getting kitted up. Like, I'm happy for the decision wheel to decide. However, every time I look at my stash of large paintings, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to do that one. Oh, I can't wait to do that one. So I think I'm going to have just a little period of it. Well, it may last, who knows. But for now, I'm going to do it at least until I've done the 190 odd colour painting. Because, or at least that'll at least make me have 2 kitted up, because I'm enjoying the decision wheel. I'm enjoying, you know, not knowing which painting I'm going to do each evening. And to be honest, it never worked that way with my 30 by 40. So you could say, well, kit up a 30 by 40 and let the decision wheel decide whether you're doing a 30 by 40 or not. My brain didn't accept that because to me, the 30 by 40 was mainly kitted up to be my painting to do while waiting to do the video on the de-kitting of my large painting. So I would kit up a 30 by 40. I often would do a section or maybe 2 on a whip and chat, but then I wouldn't necessarily work on it in an evening until I'd finish whatever my current large painting was and was waiting to do the de-kitting video on it. I would then move to my 30 by 40 and finish it off. So, you know, say I finish my large painting on a Tuesday, I wouldn't be able to do the video de-kitting it until the weekend. So I'd start on my 30 by 40. And I might not finish the 30 by 40 till the following Tuesday. That's fine. But I would finish it before I then started doing sections on my big one. Whereas when I've got multiple big ones kitted up, I don't think in the same way. I don't think I need to finish one and then I can do the other one while it's deep kitting. I can do them all together. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to throw it into the mix and let the app decide which one I'm going to diamond paint each night. So it does also, another benefit of doing the decision wheel that I found for me personally. So I diamond paint on a small folding table that fits my easel on it, my A3 easel, and pretty much nothing else. Like, it will hold the done section of my diamond painting, but and it might hold the lid off my bottle, but there's no space to put a brew cup or anything. And what I've found is quite often when it comes to the end of the night, I will just leave my diamond painting and be like, oh, I'll pack it away tomorrow. But then the next day I'll pack orders and do shop stuff, and then I'll go, oh, there's no point, I'm going to do some later tonight. And it just wouldn't get put away. Whereas now I find that I'm putting the painting away because I don't know which one it's going to pick the next day. So I actually fold down my easel and fold down my table and put the diamond painting in its original box. And yeah, it forces me to do that, which makes the conservatory a lot tidier and straighter, and I benefit from that. So that's another plus for me for doing 3 paintings. But not that I need reasons, but yeah, just wanted to let you know that I do have reasons, even though I don't need them. There's lots of little things that make it a plus at the moment. Who's to say it's going to stay that way? It may not. I'll probably find in a few months, actually, I'm missing doing some 30 by 40s. You know, I want to do the little ones again. And in which case, I will bring the little ones back. But for now, I'm enjoying doing multiple big ones. I just am wanting this third one to join my selection. I'm wanting the third one because that gives me, I think, enough variety without being too much, without being too overwhelmed or feeling like I'm neglecting a painting because there's so many on my decision wheel and it decides never to pick any of the others. Plus the fact that if it does, say, pick the mystery, I only do one section and then move on, or spin the wheel again. If it picks the second, I'll do a second. But yeah, it sort of increases the chances of me doing this painting or my Dreamers designs, which means I should still get them finished in what I would think is a reasonable time and not feel as though I've been doing them forever and, you know, it's never ending. I won't have that feeling with either of these paintings, hopefully. That's the hope. And you never know, it may mean that I can kit up some larger paintings or feel like I'm kitting up larger paintings sooner because I'll be finishing one but still working on another one in the background, and I'll get to dekit and then I'll kit up, you know, a painting to replace it, but then I'll finish, you know, the one that's been in the mix for longer and just cycle and repeat that lot. Anyway, they are the random thoughts that go through my head in relation to how many kits to have kitted up. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting through a few large ones before going back to potentially some smaller ones. So let's pop a number on this one, 162. And then I do want to sort out my bottles before I class as being done. So there is the letter A. I've seen it, small a, there it is. So I definitely want that one in there. They're symbols, so I'm going to move them out the way. So are those. Then I'm just going to scoot these over for a minute because I'm not sure how far. So we do have a B and then a C. We do have a second F, an I. Okay, their end of the alphabet, that's the symbol. If we've got any other letters, let me go up and down because I've an E and an R. Okay, so let's move those two up. Let's see how far we go here. So we've got F, G, oh no, we've got an E, A, B, C. I've got an E first. It's an A, B, that's what confused me. G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, and then R. And then there. U, V, W, hang on. V, W, X, Y. Okay. So that is numbers and then letters. Normally I do letters and then numbers, but because the numbers were already in order, I'm not fighting with that. So if we now go for arrows, arrows is always one that I like to go for fairly early. Arrows is well used. I found a T. I thought there was a T. Okay, let's pull all these out. So I've got my arrows and indeed sort of my less than, my chevron. They sort of all class as arrows to me. And then if I have a look what else I've got. So that's a dollar sign, but I don't have any other currency signs. But I do have a hashtag and a percentage, which to me are keyboard symbols. This tick probably is as well. I've got a slash and a minus, which could potentially go near, the minus could go near the percentage, just in case I've got it on its side and it looks like a divide. So I like to sort of group like that. I've got a triangle, I've got a diamond, I've got a flower, I've got a circle, but then I've got a dot and I've got two dots. And then I've got what I class as sort of other. So ideally I need something that is a 2 here and something that's a 5 here. So let's go for these that are a 5, which is sort of the keyboardy symbols. Then let's go for the shapes, follow it with the sort of stop sign, the dot, the 2 dots. And then of these here, I'm going to put the tick here because it might be classed as a keyboard symbol. It might not. And I'm going to put the other one, which is 2 triangles, because it's the lightest symbol of the lot. These are a bit more blocky. So I'm going to put those 3 up there. And that's how I'm going to do my symbols. However, if I find that, you know, this one that's sort of not really in a place actually crops up all the time really near, say, this symbol, not that it will, one's red, one's blue, but say I always find that they crop up together, then I might have a little bit of a reshuffle. But that tends to happen when I get to know the canvas. and the symbols and gain a bit more of an understanding of it. So last but by no means least, for this gorgeous picture, I need to pop on my cover sheets. Do I have enough in here? I think I do. So it is a 40 by 50, but I'm not putting cover sheets on the whole painting. I don't tend to do it with anything that is bigger than a 30 by 40. So for a 30 by 40, I don't ever put them back in their box. I hang them up on a trouser hanger. But for the likes of this one, when I'm not working on it, it will be rolled up and put back in its box. And anybody that's worked with cover paper knows if you start rolling up cover paper, it starts popping off. So now I've determined I'm going to get 4 and a bit out of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fully line up my next section. So what I like to do is pick a row, and I always line up this top set of cover paper. I like to overhang quite a bit, just in case I want to sort of shuffle it about when I'm actually working on it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to pull in one of my half sheets, because I have a few of those from a previous advent. And that is going to give my first section full line, and then I'll put these on the top. And what I tend to do is, as I take these off, I actually put them in my case with my diamonds, and when the full row's done, then what I do is I lift. See, look, it's still got advent stickers on them. Let's take those off. That was section 16, and now it's stuck to my thumb. Yeah, so once I have done a section, I will then take them out of the case and I will line up my next section and then pop the others on the top. And I get my scissors and I cut the cover paper about the top cover sheet just a little bit past. So now I can take all of these off to work across as I go. And then, as I say, I pop them in my case. When I'm done, I will grab all these 5 sheets out, lift this back, and I will start by moving this one up. So I'll take this one off and go, okay, there's my new line. I'll get myself a new line, and then I'll pop the others on the top. And I work my way slowly up doing that. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know if I'm speaking English today either, to be honest. So that is as far as I will go with the cover paper on that until I work on it a bit more and a bit more. But there is another painting kitted up. So I currently, as I film this, have 3 large paintings kitted up. Let's see how long it takes me to finish any of them, because part of it is the amount of time I get free and part of it is the decision wheel. It's up to the decision wheel how quickly this does or doesn't get done. But thank you all so much for joining me while I got this ready, and I will speak to you all again soon.